everyone, Britta Albert here. If this is your first time here, I'm a spiritual transformational life coach, and it's my goal for this channel to help you overcome the obstacles that are standing in the way of you living your best and most authentic life. In today's video, I'm actually going to give a demonstration of what an average coaching session would look like. So if you've been wanting to do a coaching session with me, I hope this gives a little bit more insight of what that looks like. And of course, down below, I'll have a link. Go ahead and click that link to schedule your complimentary definition session with me. So today, my wonderful husband, Stan, is going to help me in showing you guys what the average coaching session looks like.
Hello, everybody.
So we're going to start the session out by taking a couple deep breaths. And what that does is it calms us down. More oxygen to the brain is always going to make you feel more relaxed and more just present in the moment. Let go of any stress that you might have had coming into this session. And we're just going to get really, really present. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So you can either close your eyes or you can keep your eyes open, whatever is more relaxing for you. Go ahead and take a deep breath in and breathe in peace. And hold it. And exhale. Another deep breath, breathing in peace. And hold it. And exhale. How are you feeling?
I felt great.
Good. Good. So what are your intentions for our session today?
I guess my intention is, to try to discover what's been getting in my way of having success.
So tell me a little bit about that. What do you feel specifically that has been holding you back?
I feel like I can't accomplish greater success. And what I mean when I say that, I feel like for me, I can go out and get a job and do things like that, but I can't, for some reason, attain the big success, or what I feel like is the big success, like getting the promotion, becoming manager, doing major things in my life. I feel like there is something that always gets in my way of this reaching the pinnacle of what I want to do in life.
Okay. So when something comes up to get in your way, have you noticed that there is a theme to what's been getting in your way?
I think with me, that's the same theme over and over. Now that we talk about, I think is really been me, because I'm always, as soon as I find out what I want to do and I have a passion for it, there's these doubts in the back of my mind saying, this is not meant for you. You can't do this. Have you ever achieved something like this on this great magnitude? I feel like it's me that's always getting in the way of me.
So why do you think that is?
I feel like because everything, well, I won't, it's a good question, because I feel like when I try to do something that I really want to do, for some reason I feel like I can't obtain it. Stuff that is major in my life, in the beginning of my career, I wanted to become a manager and go on and do more stuff like that with the job that I'm in. And I feel like when I get right upon it, it just snatched away from me, and I don't achieve it.
So how is it snatched away from you? The reason I'm asking this is there somebody that always gets it over you, or do you feel like that you're self-sabotaging? Because correct me if I'm wrong, it seems like you're saying that you acknowledge that you've been self-sabotaging.
Well, I feel like it's somebody gets it over me, and then I feel like it was that old saying that it just wasn't meant to be. But I feel like everything in my life just can't be, it just wasn't meant to be. Because I want to go on and do great things, but I don't know, I guess it's happened so much that I get scared, and I keep getting in the way of of me. Because like before I even, like right now, my boss could tell me, hey, we have a manager position open. You know, before I even fill out the application, I'm already in my head of why are you feeling like that? You know, haven't you been denied before? Like, how many times are you going to go through this? Why don't you just accept the situation for what it is, and you're not meant to have these greater things?
Thinking about accepting the situation for what it is, how does that resonate in your heart? Like, does it make you feel sad, or does it give you peace?
It doesn't give me peace because I feel like it's a sense of false. I guess I have this like internal fire that keeps me wanting to keep trying. I guess that's why I keep putting myself in the situation, because I don't take no, or I can't, for a reason. Because if I did, I think I would just stop. But I feel like because I can't stop, I keep setting myself up for failure.
So there's something within you, a drive that you know you're meant for bigger things. You know that you're meant for success. You know you want to have this specific lifestyle that you picture in your mind. So even though you tell yourself, why don't you just settle, you're always fighting against yourself. Is that correct?
Yes, that you hit the nail on the coffin with that.
So are you not applying for these jobs because you're getting those thoughts?
Yes, I mean, that just happened like recently. I mean, before I was applying, but now it's weighted so heavily on me till I just not even trying anymore.
So what would happen, worst case scenario, if you did nothing?
If I did nothing, the worst thing that could happen is I never know if I really could have got the job or not.
Okay, so then what happens, worst case scenario, if you apply?
The worst thing that could happen if I apply I mean, I apply and I do the interview and they turn me down. But nothing, I don't think nothing bad can happen because for me, I'm just applying.
So is it the rejection?
Yes.
You know, why are you afraid of the rejection?
I guess because it goes back to you see people that have success and you want to be a part of those people that have success, and you just don't want to take the no for an answer. It's that whole, I don't know if you follow sports, and I'm gonna just give an analogy that works best for me, is I know they said, you know, Michael Jordan probably lost over 300 games, but he still won 6 NBA championships. But I know the value of the feeling, I won't say value, the feeling of winning those championships, but it's just the also the same feeling that comes behind it with those losses too.
Do you feel like you have an agreement that you need to have a struggle?
Yes, for my story to come out, for me to succeed.
But then at the same time, you don't want to struggle.
No, I don't, because if I don't have to, I don't. But I feel like my story, or every great story that I've heard before, always has a struggle. You know, Oprah, celebrities, they always had that moment where they was at rock bottom, and all of a sudden it's like a storybook. Overnight, in the snap of a finger, they go from rags to riches.
Would you agree that your desire to succeed without struggle, but your belief that you need to struggle to succeed are conflicting with each other?
Yes, I would agree on that.
So there's a belief system that needs to be changed.
Yes.
There's a core belief that needs to be changed. Now you have free will. Which belief system do you want to change? Do you want to believe that it's necessary to struggle in order to have success? Or do you want to believe that you don't need to struggle to have success?
I want to believe that I don't have to struggle to have success.
Before we get into changing this belief system, what happens when you apply for a position and you get denied, believing you don't need to struggle to have success? How do you perceive that situation?
Well, I mean, with you saying it like that, if I got denied, I have to look at it as one door closed, another one open, and maybe the next door will be even a bigger door. Like, let's say if I apply for a supervisor position and I didn't get it. Well, the reason why we didn't get it is maybe because the manager position was coming open around the corner, and that was the reason why I was meant not to get the supervisor, so I can go straight to manager.
Do you see how you can still encounter the exact same situation, but based upon your belief system, it changes how you perceive the situation, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about the world, and how you feel about other people?
I do.
So if you're going to experience the same situation, which way is more beneficial for you?
The way where I'm not struggling. But see, for me, it's just hard because I guess it's just generation after generation, just knowing the struggle. Like, if I don't have a story to tell, then do I really meet the success that I want? Because like every success person that I know has that one story that they say to change their life.
So you say that you don't want to struggle. Are you sure?
Well, I felt like I needed to struggle to have success, because I felt like maybe you couldn't have one without the other, like good and evil.
Again, correct me if I'm wrong. From what I'm getting, it sounds like you're kind of self-sabotaging, getting in your way, because it's almost like you haven't struggled enough yet.
I would say yes, and I would say no, because I can hear what you're saying with that. But I as a human being, I feel like I wouldn't want to struggle any more than I want to.
But what do you believe? It's not the things that we want. Of course you want success, but what are you believing that's holding you back? The whole point of this is to figure out what's holding you back. You're saying that you want to be able to succeed now without the struggle. But then you go back into, but if I don't struggle, then I don't really have a good story to tell, and I want a really powerful story. So you have to decide, do you really believe that in order to be successful, you have to have an underdog story? Or are there millions of people out in the world who are successful without an underdog story, who didn't struggle, who didn't suffer? And which one do you want? Because I'm hearing, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm hearing that you want success and you don't want to have to suffer, which of course we would all want. But I'm also hearing that you're wrestling with yourself because you want your story to be powerful, and you don't feel like your story can be powerful without suffering.
I mean, I agree with you, now that I think about it, because I want to have the success without going through the struggle. But it just, I've heard, I guess just growing up, you heard, this success story and this success story. And I felt like all the success stories that I've heard always had like a infamous struggle somewhere in the story. And I felt like in order for me to attain that type of success that I wanted, then I would have to go through some type of struggle that was just as great to get the greater success that I want. And I realized that it's not like that. It's like I can have the success I can have the great success without having the great struggle.
And do you really believe that?
Well, I mean, since I just really figured it out, so the light bulb has went off, but I believe it. But I think it's gonna take time for me to really adapt that. Cause like I don't think it's gonna be like overnight where I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go have success, and there I don't have to have that struggle. Like mentally, I feel and hear what you're saying, but I don't think that's gonna be a switch that I can just flip overnight. It's gonna take time, but I'm willing to believe in it that I am gonna have the success without having to go through a struggle.
In our next couple coaching sessions, what we'll do is we will continue to pick up on where we left off and continue to work through this, so you can literally prove to yourself that yes, you are succeeding, and no, you don't have to struggle.
Okay.
How does that sound?
That sounds good. That sounds really good.
Good. Well, I'm going to give you some homework assignments then.
Okay.
Every time that you feel that you're not good enough, or you get this inkling inside of you when you start to think about your success and all of a sudden a doubtful thought comes into your mind. I want you to write down every time that you have succeeded. And so when those thoughts come into your mind, you can go back to that journal, that little book, open it up, and you can read where you have succeeded, where you have overcome. So you can prove to yourself and start to lay that foundation of trust within yourself. And every time that you do something successful, you're going to write it down so you can continue to build upon your proof for yourself.
I can do that.
Awesome. All right, well, how do you feel?
I feel good.
So with what you just learned, tell me in your own words how you're going to incorporate it.
Well, I realized from what I just learned that it's been me standing in my way of having or achieving my greatest success. And I know now that just because certain people have that, I guess, storybook of overcoming and doing this and doing that doesn't have to be my story. Like I don't have to struggle if I don't want to. I can have the success that I want to. Like I can actually stop getting in the way of me and start achieving the success that I want. And I have to keep telling myself and taking myself to those places when I had success and say, hey, remember how you felt. Remember how did it feel? And just stay in that moment knowing that the success that I'm trying to go for is actually going to come, and not allow myself to stand in front of me.
Is there anything else that you want to discuss before we end?
No, I think that was the one major issue that I had. It was just me standing in front of me, not allowing myself to do what I wanted to do.
Perfect. Well, I honor you for your truth and vulnerability. And thank you. I'm sure everybody else watching is going to thank you as well for your courage. Just to let y'all know, this is not scripted. He did agree to have an actual session with me. This is a shorter session than normal, but this is a real session.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me too.
Again, if this is your first time here, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. And if there's anyone in your life that you think would benefit from this video, please share it with them. And if this video resonated with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I'll see y'all next time.